Hey everyone, let's do the Legend of Mana Vision World. I love the art style, it's why I love Vision World so much. I already pre-cleared the super easy stages, but rest assured, none of those are particularly hard. If you're asking me, I used the same team and just changed one single unit at times. So let's go. We'll start with Doink. That's a team we'll be using later. So this is ice, so we'll use this ice team. As always, I will keep 5 units fixed, meaning the slot in which Freyevia currently resides, that one is going to get changed throughout these stages. The units themselves will remain as is. Sylvie could be naked for all we care, as can be Freyevia. Well, Sylvie has one thing that may or may not be that important. You can totally ignore her gear, but she needs to leave things to me for Esther, basically. Otherwise, Kaito has nothing on him. Chizuru has this gear, so basically fully decked out, one slot empty because there is nothing we need on this particular fight. Because it is a beast, she caps beast naturally, so nothing to worry about. Esther, that's her gear. She has 300 beast as well, maxed out LB. And Best Girl Sky, she naturally caps out beasts, so that's really easy for her. Maxed out, maxed out. So let's go. And what we are going to do here is we will basically do the same thing for all stages. So boss strikes first, nobody cares. Okay, so we'll start this off with Freyevia, Aurora Key, Frost Blossom, Imbue, Imperil, Amp, Field, all the good things, and then just do 3 attacks. So we do have effective attacks, we still need to hit the boss 6 times in total. 1, 2, 3, 4 from Kaito, Esther, Chizuru, and Sky. 5th is going to be Sylvie, but now that I use Freyevia, I could do more buffs on Sylvie. So Sylvie is going to... I've got your back on Esther. She's going to do Paladin's offense. And now, because the boss is ice resistance, Beast boss, and Sylvie does have none of those, we can use Clever Paladin Strike for one more effective attack. And because these bosses are a little bit more bulkier, we can just safely attack them. They won't die off of this, as you can see. So we are going to Limit Burst with the backhand side. And that should be it. We need 2 billion, I believe, or 1 billion even, for the first ones, but as we've seen, Chizuru came in with that 9.99 billion damage. Yeah, not that hard, I'd say. We did a casual 27 billion, way more than what we need. And if I did see correctly, we also did the 100 chain count. We did. Let's check out damage result. Chizuru having 2 portions of her LB, one the chain, one the finisher, deals a little bit more damage, but I feel like she would have done the most anyway. So yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Sky also casually out damaging Esther. But then again, Esther doesn't have a great mod boost, so that's to be expected. Let's move on to the Luan Highway, to the Mantis Ant, this boss. All of them are weak to the same element, being the same amount of defense and spirit, so that's easy peasy. So this one's weak to earth, meaning we are not using her, but instead we'll be using Tsukiko. So Tsukiko, insect, earth weakness. It's up to you, honestly. If you don't have Tsukiko, you can still use Roberta, because Roberta has that 150% insect killer, but I do prefer Tsukiko here, so that's what we're going with. Actually, now that I think of it, Sylvie also has Insect Killer, but that's beyond the point. Now, I did adjust the gearing a little bit here. As you can see, Insect Jaeger now on her. Chizuru is just perfect for this because she also almost innately caps Insect. Well, truth be told, there's also the Smite card. No, that Smite card isn't even affecting this, so pretty good. Next up, Esther. She pretty much has the same stuff on her. Nothing too fancy. She is a 225 Insect, 300 LB. And because Insect is on the list of Sky High, Sky also caps Insect Killer, which is very convenient. So that's what we're going with. Let's get started and cap this one real quick as well. And 40 energy, that's a lot. And that's why I don't like farming these bosses. I will start farming Vision Bolt on Monday evening when I'm done with work. Okay, so Tsukiko is going to... Now, she cannot attack, as you can see, which makes things a little bit more iffy, but it's fine. So what we'll do is... Where is it? We'll do Blessed Omamori. We technically don't really even need to, because the boss is already imperiled from Leave Things to Me, but there isn't much she can do. We'll do Maiden's Consecration Earth for the Imbue Amp, and yeah, that's it, pretty much. Yes. And we'll do Purging Mandala Earth for the Earth Imperil Field. That also means we have to attack twice with Sylvie now for the effective attacks. So Sylvie is going to do the LB fill onto Esther and double Clever Paladin Strike. Oh yeah, I can't reload. I have to do this instead. So we're gonna do this. But as you can see, the boss has minus 370 Imperil to Earth, meaning whether we have that Insect Killer buff or not on most units, who cares? With these high Imperils, we are fairly certain to cap this one. And there we go. I saw a 5 billion damage hit on, I believe, Chizuru. That's way more than enough. And we still did 16 billion in total. Global units be praised. Let's see. Yep, perfect score. Like I said, I believe 1 or 2 billion is the cap. Esther and Sky did roughly about the same, Chizuru being number 1, so that's fine. Moving up on the list. Alright, let's move on to Domina and the city with Bud and Lisa. That one is one of the easiest ones. 2 enemies means double the fun for our AoE EN chainers. And this time we do use Roberta. Now, technically speaking, those are human bosses. And the gearing on these 3 didn't really change much, as you can see. She now sports some human killers, so she is at 200 human. Good enough. Esther has 275 humans, still maxed out LB. That's the gear, this pretty much never changes. And Sky really suffers, but she is still at 200% human because she's on the Asura Esper, which has innate lots of human killer. Now, technically speaking, I could switch it like this and it'd be fine, but we're not doing that. So let's go. Oh, I need to refresh energy. So let's refresh some. And again, it's 2 enemies. We're EN chaining on 2 enemies, dealing 2 billion or more. Not an issue, especially not with this team. Okay. So what we'll do is I've got your back onto Esther. It's lightning time, so we're going to do... Let me quickly check something on Roberta here. I believe Draconic Triune was it. It's just 45. Okay, so that's whatever. Alright, so what we'll do is Bolt Egg for the Imbue and Amp. I've got back onto Esther, and we'll do Clever Paladin Strike. Technically, we don't even need to because we'll have Roberta. So I've got your back. We'll do Bolt Egg, and we'll do Paladin's Offense. Yeah. Roberta is going to... Now we don't need any of this anymore, so we can just triple Mystic Breath. And yeah, and the rest just limits. So we'll start this off with Berta, we'll main target, but wait for this to chain and then send in these. And this should be a fairly easy cap. Boom. Again, with 2 enemies, not so hard. But they are bulky. But we still did 20 billion. Alright. Let's see who carried this one. Esther dealing more than Sky, but Chizuru still at the top. Alright. There's 2 more to go. I believe. Yeah, Geo and the Tower of Layers. So the next one, the Jeweled Beast, has Beast in the name, but it's a stone boss, weak to wind. We've got a global answer to that, and that answer is Bulwark. So we've got Chizuru on a stone build. She has maxed out Stone Killer. That's not really hard to pull off on her because she also naturally fits stone. Esther also naturally fits stone, which is very nice. She has 300 on this. And Sky gets a little bit shafted on stone, sadly. So she only has 125 Stone Killer. Let's go. Luckily for us, Sylvie does have AoE Stone Killer. Alright, so we'll do... I've got your back onto Esther. We will do Cracked Stone. We'll target Chizuru. And yeah, we'll do Clever Paladin Strike because we need that extra hit. We'll do Tempest Tempo, which is the Imperil to Wind as well as Imbue and 45 Amp. And we'll do Choco Phony, and I should have... I think we missed the mission, so I'll reset because I need to imbue Sylvie first. Otherwise, the effective attacks mission doesn't work. So let's repeat that real quick. And as you've seen, the boss has innate evasion, so you need to have your units with True Double Hand equipped. It's fine for Sylvie in her case, but it might be a Peter still. So we'll do Tempest Tempo, Choco Phony, and now we will do Sylvie hit, perfect, and now we'll send in the rest of the team here. Make sure that nobody misses. You will realize somebody missed if you don't reach maxed out chain, but we did, so it's all good. And yeah, 21 billion, 10 times more than what we needed. And there's one last enemy to go. Chizuru carrying this one, Sky not so much, but that was expected with her low killers. Alright, and the final boss for today, the Iron Centaur. It is a dark, weak boss, human type. Let's switch over here. So in this case, we are going to use Darquina, the first JP unit on this whole run. Pretty much like for like as it was versus the human guys. Just more killers this time to make sure I actually can cap. So 200 on Chizuru. Esther has 275 human killer. And Sky has 200 as well. Alright, and we'll get the rest human killer buff from a Dark Fina. Alright, let's do this. Now, sadly, nobody on this team has a Dark Imperil. But that's fine, the boss is innately weak to Dark anyway. So it's all gonna be Gucci, Tamaguchi even. Alright, let's wait for this to finish. So we're going to Limit Burst. I already precasted this. So minus 200% Imperil already. Tells the whole story. Whether you have an Imperil or not, it doesn't matter that much. So we're gonna use Let's Settle This Now, which is a 150% AoE killer buff. We are going to do N Darkga, which is a 35% amplification and also an AoE imbue. And we'll do Darkga. Sylvie is going to I've Got Your Back onto Esther. We will do Clever Paladin Strike and Paladin's Offense for stat buffs. Okay, and let's send these in, and yeah, it's over, Anakin. We have the high ground. And that is pretty much it. Day 1, clear. Let's see how much damage we dealt. 16 billion. A little bit tankier, but again, 8-fold of what we need. There we go. Oh yeah. Looking good. And I joined the rank 1. Pretty good. Pretty good. So on Monday, I sadly have to work again. I was kind of hyped for this because I thought they'd be doing this all on day 1. Sadly, they did not. I'll be doing Vision World clears on Monday evening then, my time. Basically, if you look at the clock in the top, it says 5 p.m. So on Monday, around this time, 7 to 9 p.m. Central European summertime, I'll start working on my Vision World clears. I got your suggestions. I do have a couple of ideas that I want to go through, and I'll probably do them one by one, or at least some of them. I plan to do 2 or 3 videos on Lord of Jewels, so we'll see how that goes. But for now, this is it basically. Look forward to my review of Pearl and Ilazul on Saturday. And until then, have a wonderful rest of the Thursday evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you're from. See you then. Bye bye.